Welcome back to Good Day Columbia. Time now was 7:13. A Columbia native is making moves on the national level. He's been part of Aladdin on Broadway tour, Elf on Broadway, and also Hell's Kitchen. Today he's giving back by visiting a local high school to take part in an arts presentation. Joining us now is Asten Stewart. Asten, thank you for being here, buddy.
How you doing?
Good, man. We know we got you bright and early before you head on out to Richland High School this morning. But before we get to that, you grew up in Columbia.
Yes.
So how did you know that this was the path for you?
I started at a very young age. My mom is also a music, educator as well.
Okay, all right.
So she, instilled that dream, honestly, on me at a very young age. And, I eventually found my own path, and, the rest steered its way. So
check that out. So when did you get that big break?
Well, I honestly would like to say Aladdin would be my first big break because I got that myself. I also have agents as well.
Okay, yeah.
And, that helps you get jobs and things like that.
Yeah, but, trust me, I know.
Yeah. But I feel like Aladdin was like my first, stepping stone to get me through the door to start, the momentum for my career.
How did you prepare for that, Aladdin?
Yes. A lot of auditions and things like that, and learning the material of the show, and just preparing yourself, mentally, and just trying to get yourself physically in shape, and then vocally as well. So eventually I got there. So,
speaking about getting in shape, we're gonna take a look at a video here of you. This is some of your dance moves. Check you out, man.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Ashton, look at you. All right, man. So as you're doing all these different dance moves, right? So take us through a day of a tour. Currently, you're at Hell's Kitchen, correct?
Yes, correct.
All right, so what is that like? Do you wake up like at 3 o'clock in the morning? What?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
So it's a very physically demanding show.
Okay.
The choreography by Camille A. Brown.
Okay.
And the choreography is very contemporary based, African based, and that's her movement. Right. So since it's so demanding, I like to take my time during the day, and either I go to the gym, or just really just take my time, because since it's such a physically demanding show.
Wow.
You have to take your time, because you got to give your all out on the stage. So.
And of course, while that cardio, and at one point you're like, okay, this is tiring, but you have to keep on going with it.
Absolutely.
And so how long is this currently the current project is Hell's Kitchen, correct?
Yes.
So how long have you been with this tour?
So we started rehearsals last year in September, and we're still currently touring. We're on a two-week break at the moment. And we get right back in Charlotte September 7th.
Wow, that's almost a whole year, then 2 weeks break. So it's back to back.
Yeah.
Check that out. Okay, so is there anything else that we can see you in the future?
Yes, this will be another year.
Okay.
So I like to say that, they always say, what's next? I say, watch out for what's coming.
Oh, okay, watch out for what's coming. Okay, speaking of what's coming, today actually you are going to be at Lower Richland High School.
Yes.
You're going to be talking to the students there. What can they expect at this visit?
Well, it will be an educational experience.
All right.
Hopefully I get to inspire the next generation. That is just my main goal. But for them to expect, a professional experience from my theatrical background.
And especially being a Broadway actor and dancer, so you're coming back to Columbia because you're from Columbia.
Yes, sir.
So any shout outs you want to give to the folks here in Columbia?
Oh, I want to give a shout out to, Irmo High School, and also Columbia City Jazz Conservatory, Dale Lamb.
Okay, so is that where you
That's
dance?
where I trained, yes.
Okay,
here.
all right, all right, Columbia, here we go. All right, Asten Stewart, all right, buddy, thank you so much for coming this morning. Really appreciate it. We know the students will be happy to see you later on today over there at Lower Richland High School. Stay with us, folks. There's more Good Day Columbia coming up after the break.
Thank